There's a very weird rumor going around that apparently PlayStation is in fact making a totally new handheld, and it's going to probably come out early next year. But the strange part of it is that it doesn't really work the way you would imagine. Let's talk about that. What's up, gamers? DreamcastGuy here. Hi, hope you're having a great day. If you could like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm filming this video before I've had my coffee, so if I flub any words, well, smash that like button and I'd appreciate it. So here we are over on InsiderGaming.net. This is actually Tom Henderson. This leaker has gotten a lot of things very correct, and some stuff has not yet materialized. This is the guy that's actually leaked the details of a PlayStation Pro, PS5 Pro, a PlayStation 5 Slim. Well, he's saying that between the PS5 Slim and the PlayStation 5 Pro, we're going to get a totally new PlayStation Handheld. But here's the thing. Right now, the device is codenamed Q Lite. The next PlayStation Handheld is the next piece of Sony hardware that aims to be yet another piece of hardware that requires the PlayStation 5. Now, already, this seems to be the biggest point of controversy with this rumored device. Insider Gaming understands that the Q Lite is not a cloud streaming device, but instead uses remote play with the PlayStation 5, a feature the console giant has been pushing these past couple weeks. Now, I have noticed they have been posting a bunch of these trailers where typically remote play is this. You're able to use any screen. Obviously here they have fake generic iPads and stuff because they can't legally show you what to be played on. Most people are using phones. They also, of course, have this ability where you play it directly on your phone using these like little PlayStation style grips. It sounds like this is a step beyond that. It's going to support adaptive streaming from 1080p and 60 frames a second. The new device will require a constant connectivity to the internet. As for the console's physical features, early prototypes show the console will look a lot like a PlayStation 5 controller, but with a massive 8-inch LCD touchscreen in the center. So, the same way that... Where's my PlayStation 5 controller? The same way that the original PlayStation Vita, obviously this came out during the PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4 era, and in a way, it definitely has the exact same vibe of the PlayStation 3 and the PlayStation 4. It has that same simplistic triggers and stuff. So I think the idea of this, but with a screen in the middle, totally makes sense. This is also a 7-inch screen, so you can kind of imagine what this device is going to be like. Now, it seems like the point of contention, the aspect of this that some people are not thrilled about, is the constant connectivity. It sounds like the way this is actually going to work, because, I mean, obviously, I've played a lot of remote play in my life, is that inside the same house or within the same exact internet network, you will connect this new Q Lite device to your PlayStation 5 through like a local network. So you'll connect the PlayStation 5 to wireless or wired, and then connect, same thing, the Q Lite. And then you'll be able to play your console anywhere. Now, I guess I actually still think this is pretty cool. Mostly because I do like the idea of being able to play my PlayStation 5 more easily when it comes to just, I'm cooking something downstairs in the kitchen. It would be cool to have a device that while I'm just, caramelizing some onions, which can take a while, it'd be cool to be able to do some daily quests in Final Fantasy XIV, or actually just log in and look at my messages on the PlayStation 5, or check some trophies absent-mindedly. But the downside of this is that definitely a lot of people were just hoping for more. Very disappointing if true. Now, Kofi is a big PlayStation fan. He likes the PlayStation a lot. I don't consider him a fanboy. I definitely consider him to be very unbiased. But right here, someone says, so this thing uses your PlayStation 5. That's very disappointing. This is a bad decision. What happens when someone else is using your PlayStation 5? Apparently nothing. Dead on arrival. I'd quite enjoy this, to be honest, as I have a PlayStation 5 and it's always on an OLED screen. Or sorry, as long as this new device has an OLED screen. Now, they've actually experimented with this in the past with a very forgotten device called the PlayStation TV. Now, I have a PlayStation TV and I've actually used it quite a bit. At one point, this was even actually called the PlayStation Vita TV. This is a tiny streaming device. You can see actually here where it says PlayStation Vita TV. This was a tiny streaming device where you would connect this little teeny tiny box to your same home network, sync up a couple controllers directly to it, and then you could actually stream PlayStation 4 games inside the same house. Like, the idea behind this was that if you have a PlayStation 4 upstairs and a TV downstairs, you could actually stream that console and basically have two PlayStation 4s. Now, it didn't work super good because it required an incredibly fast internet connection, which at the time I just didn't have. Now, in current tense, when I have the fastest internet in Texas, I think this is technology I think is going to be more accessible. I do think that it's strange that, Sony is really kind of relying on this idea of a family of PlayStation 5 consoles. The fact that we're going to get this PlayStation 5 Slim, a PlayStation 5 Pro, we have the PlayStation VR 2, which again requires a PlayStation 5 to work, obviously, and now this Q Lite. Some people are already comparing it to the Wii U, the ability to play stuff on a tablet, but still inside of a console. I guess I understand other people's disappointment, but to me, I am personally excited about this. As a guy who spends a lot of time on the treadmill, I typically, when I'm on the treadmill, I'm either playing Nintendo Switch or I'm watching true crime videos. It would be nice if I could actually have a decent handheld. I think I may actually finally buy some sort of upgrade so I can test out the current version of Remote Play. I do think I'm going to buy these grips and subscribe to the service and stuff just to see how well this actually works. I'm curious where the technology is now. But how do you feel about the PlayStation Portable 3? Because we already had the PSP 1, the PlayStation Vita, and now, of course, this new thing called Q Lite. Tell me your thoughts in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a big old thumbs up, share with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't already. And please keep dreaming. All right, I'm going to go eat a bowl of oatmeal the size of Nebraska. I'm going to pour some protein powder on top because it actually tastes delicious. Thanks so much for watching that video. If you want to see something else, you can always click this link to see what I put up last, or, subscribe and see what's coming up next. Also, I promise that whatever I do, it'll try not to suck.